Behavioral interview questions are designed to assess how you've handled situations in the past under the assumption that your past behavior is the best predictor of future performance. These questions focus on specific experiences or challenges you've encountered in previous jobs or settings, and they aim to uncover how you think, react, and work under certain circumstances. The best way to answer behavioral interview questions is using the STAR method: situation, task, action, result. This method helps you provide structured and detailed responses by focusing on specific past experiences. Here's how it works. Situation: describe the context or situation you were in. Task: explain the task or challenge you were responsible for. Action: detail the actions you took to address the task. Result: share the outcomes of your actions, highlighting any positive results. Using the STAR method ensures that your answers are focused and demonstrates how your past behavior aligns with the requirements of the role you're applying for. Let's get started. Question number 1. Have you worked on multiple projects? How did you prioritize? When answering a behavioral question about prioritizing multiple projects, focus on your organizational and decision-making skills. Use the STAR method to describe a specific situation where you had competing tasks, explain how you assessed urgency and importance, and show how you efficiently managed your time to complete everything. Highlight the tools or strategies you used to stay on track, like planning or delegation. Situation: one time, I was assigned to handle 3 different projects with overlapping deadlines. Each project had different levels of complexity and urgency. Task: my challenge was to ensure all projects were completed on time while maintaining high-quality work. Action: I first evaluated the deadlines and identified which tasks had the greatest impact on the overall goals. I created a detailed schedule to break down each project into smaller tasks, ensuring each had dedicated time. I also communicated with team members to clarify priorities and set expectations. By delegating some tasks where possible and focusing on the most urgent ones, I could balance my workload effectively. And finally, result: all 3 projects were completed on time, with 2 of them delivered ahead of schedule. My ability to prioritize effectively allowed me to maintain the quality of work and meet deadlines, leading to positive feedback from my team. Question number 2. How do you handle meeting tight deadlines? To answer this type of question, focus on describing a situation where you successfully met a challenging deadline. Use the STAR method to structure your response. Explain the situation, the task you had to complete, the specific actions you took to manage time and stress, and the positive result of your efforts. This shows your ability to prioritize and work efficiently under pressure. Situation: I was once responsible for coordinating a project that involved several team members, and the deadline was moved up unexpectedly due to client needs. Task: my task was to ensure that all deliverables were completed accurately and on time, despite the new deadline being 1 week earlier than planned. Action: I quickly organized a meeting with the team to reprioritize tasks. I divided responsibilities based on each member's strengths, set daily progress check-ins, and communicated regularly to ensure we were on track. I also handled some of the tasks myself to lighten the load for the rest of the team. And finally, result: by staying focused and maintaining clear communication, we not only met the deadline, but delivered a high-quality product that exceeded the client's expectations. The experience reinforced the importance of teamwork and time management when faced with tight deadlines. Question number 3. How do you handle it when your schedule is interrupted? When answering a behavioral question, demonstrate your adaptability and problem-solving skills. Describe a situation where you adjusted your priorities, maintained productivity, and ensured tasks were completed efficiently despite the interruption. Using the STAR method, situation, task, action, result, helps structure your response clearly. Situation: I was working on a project with a tight deadline when halfway through the day I was asked to attend an urgent meeting. Task: my task was to complete the project by the end of the day while also addressing the concerns raised in the meeting. Action: I quickly reorganized my priorities, attended the meeting, and then focused on delegating some minor tasks to a colleague. I also communicated the situation to my manager to ensure we could adjust expectations accordingly. And finally, result: by staying calm and working efficiently after the interruption, I was able to complete the project on time while also addressing the important issues raised in the meeting. My manager appreciated the proactive communication, and both tasks were completed successfully. This experience reinforced my ability to handle unexpected changes while maintaining productivity. Question number 4. What do you do if you disagree with a coworker? To answer this interview question, demonstrate your ability to handle conflict professionally and constructively. Use the STAR method to describe a specific situation, how you approach the disagreement respectfully, and the steps you took to find a resolution while maintaining a positive working relationship. Emphasize collaboration, communication, and a solution-focused mindset. Situation. One time, I disagreed with a coworker about how we should handle a client's request. I believed a more personalized approach was necessary, while my colleague preferred a standardized response. Task. Our task was to collaborate and find the best way to meet the client's needs while ensuring efficiency. Action. Instead of letting the disagreement create tension, I scheduled a meeting to discuss our viewpoints. I listened to my colleague's perspective and explained why I believed my approach could better serve the client. We then brainstormed and agreed on a solution that combined elements of both strategies. And finally, result. We provided the client with a tailored response that exceeded their expectations and finished the project on time. Our collaboration improved and we were able to apply the mixed approach to future projects with similar success. Question number 5. Can you give me an example of when you did or when you didn't listen? To answer this behavioral question, describe a specific time when listening or not listening had an impact, focusing on the context, what was at stake, and the actions you took. Highlight the outcome and what you learned about the importance of listening to ensure a positive result in future situations. Situation. At a team meeting, we discussed improving a project's timeline. One of my coworkers suggested a new workflow, but I was focused on presenting my own idea. Task. I needed to understand everyone's input to make a well-informed decision, but I wasn't fully listening and dismissed the suggestion without considering its merits. Action. Later, I realized my mistake. I approached the coworker to apologize and asked them to explain their idea again. This time, I listened carefully, taking notes and asking questions to understand how their plan could work. And finally, result. After reconsidering, we incorporated both ideas, which significantly streamlined the project and improved collaboration within the team. The incident taught me the importance of active listening and being open to other perspectives, especially in team settings. This experience helped me strengthen my communication skills and ensure I always give others the space to contribute. Question number 6. What do you do if you disagree with your boss? To answer the question, focus on demonstrating your ability to handle conflict professionally and respectfully. Emphasize clear communication, actively listening to understand your boss's perspective, and collaborating to find a solution. Always aim to highlight your respect for authority while being able to voice concerns when necessary. Situation. I was once assigned to work on a project where I disagreed with my boss's proposed strategy as I believed a different approach would yield better results. Task. My responsibility was to follow through with the strategy, but I wanted to ensure we considered all angles before proceeding. Action. I calmly scheduled a meeting with my boss and presented my perspective, backing it up with data and research. I made it clear that I respected their decision but wanted to offer an alternative for discussion. We had a productive conversation, and my boss appreciated my initiative to think critically and professionally. And finally, result. We combined both approaches, which led to the project's success. This experience strengthened our working relationship and showed my boss that I am solution-oriented and open to respectful collaboration. Question number 7. How do you handle it when there's a conflict among team members? To answer this question, focus on your ability to stay calm, listen actively, and mediate disagreements objectively. Use the STAR method to explain a specific situation where you successfully resolved a conflict, emphasizing your steps to ensure open communication and collaboration for a positive outcome. Situation. In a recent project, 2 team members had a disagreement over how to allocate tasks, which created tension and affected the team's productivity. Task. As a team member, I felt it was important to help resolve the issue so that we could meet our deadlines and work cohesively. Action. I initiated a private meeting with both individuals to understand their perspectives. I encouraged each person to explain their concerns and ensured the discussion remained respectful. Afterward, I suggested a compromise where tasks were divided based on each member's strengths, and we agreed to maintain open communication moving forward. And finally, result. The team members appreciated the mediation and agreed to the new plan. The conflict was resolved and our team worked more effectively, completing the project on time with improved morale. This approach showed my ability to handle conflict by facilitating communication and finding a solution that benefited the whole team. Question number 8. What is your most important career accomplishment? Why? To answer the question about your most important career accomplishment, focus on a specific achievement that highlights your skills, dedication, and ability to make an impact. Use the STAR method to describe the situation, task, action, and result, ensuring you explain why it's meaningful by linking it to your long-term career goals or the positive outcomes it generated for your team or company. Keep the example relevant to the role you're applying for to show alignment with the position. Situation. One time I noticed that our team was consistently missing deadlines for key projects, which was affecting our productivity and client satisfaction. Task. I was tasked with finding a solution to improve efficiency and reduce project delays. Action. I took the initiative to analyze our workflow, identified bottlenecks, and introduced a new project management tool to streamline communication and task assignments. Additionally, I organized training sessions to ensure everyone was comfortable using the new system. And finally, result. Within 2 months, our project completion rate improved by 30%, and we received positive feedback from clients regarding the faster turnaround times. This accomplishment was significant for me as it not only boosted team efficiency but also demonstrated my ability to lead process improvements that had a direct impact on business success. Question number 9. Describe a time when you had to interact with a difficult client or customer. What was the situation, and how did you handle it? To answer this question, use the STAR method. Start by describing the situation and task, giving context about the difficult customer or client and what the issue was. Then explain the action you took to resolve the situation, focusing on communication, problem solving, and maintaining professionalism. Finally, share the result, emphasizing how your approach led to a positive outcome. Situation. I once had a customer who was unhappy because the product they received was damaged and not what they expected. They were visibly upset and asked to speak with a manager immediately. Task. My responsibility was to ensure the customer felt heard and to resolve the issue while maintaining company policy. Action. I calmly listened to their concerns without interrupting and empathized with their frustration. I apologized for the inconvenience and explained the return process. I offered to expedite the replacement and even included a small voucher for their next purchase as a gesture of goodwill. I kept my tone professional and made sure the customer knew I was there to help. And finally, result. By the end of the interaction, the customer was appreciative of the solution and left satisfied. They even mentioned that they would continue to do business with us because of the great customer service. And now, the last question. Question number 10. Tell me about a time an unexpected problem derailed your planning. How did you recover? When answering this question, use the STAR method, situation, task, action, result, to describe the situation, your responsibilities, and how the unexpected problem arose. Focus on how you adapted quickly, took decisive actions to recover, and ensured a successful outcome or minimized the impact. Highlight problem solving, flexibility, and resilience in your response. Situation. During a project, I was finalizing preparations for a major presentation when our team notified us that the key software we used for data analysis had crashed. Task. The task was to complete the analysis and deliver the presentation on time. With the software down, it seemed like we wouldn't have the required data ready, putting the presentation at risk. Action. I immediately gathered my team to brainstorm alternative solutions. We divided tasks to manually collect and analyze the data, using spreadsheets instead. I stayed in constant communication with the client to manage their expectations, explaining the situation while assuring them we would still deliver on time. And finally, result. Despite the challenge, we managed to compile the necessary data manually and delivered a successful presentation. The client appreciated our transparency and adaptability, and the project moved forward without further delays. If you want to learn more on how to land jobs and reach your career goals, don't forget to hit that subscribe and bell notification button to get new videos every single week. Also, don't forget to hit that like button because that motivates me to keep doing what I do. Stay safe, keep smiling, and good luck.